scored super high, and he skips to level 9. Rescuing Peach from King Koopa. This is the big game. Sanzilla.
Heyo! This review is of Godzilla Unleashed for the Wii. This game's also in the PS2 and the DS, I think. Where I don't really know anything about the DS version, but a lot of people say the PS2 version is not nearly as good as the Wii version. Okay, so the reason I'm doing this is because it's the Count's birthday, and the first video I ever done was on the Godzilla Unleashed cheat codes. Okay, you have 5 modes right here. You have story, brawl, training, store, and options. Every time you win a match, there's a store where you can buy things. You can buy new monsters, new stages, art, videos. Yeah, and eventually your money just stocks up. Options, you can decide which profile you want. The music volume, the sound effect volume, and the brightness. You can decide the difficulty. This is one of my this is one of my complaints about the game, is that it's a little annoying to change the difficulty. You have easy, medium, hard. You have this, where you can decide the language and subtitles for the story. Okay, in the story mode, you have continue, new game, and load game. Continue is the last story you just left off from. New game is where you can start a new one. And load game is to choose a different story that you weren't just doing. And see these symbols right here? Those are crystals. From defeating certain monsters, you get crystal attributes that we can use in the match by pressing the 1 button. This is a Wiimote and Nunchuck game, by the way. And these represent the certain attributes of monsters. And let me show you something. There's monsters set up into 4 categories: Earth Defender, Global Defense Force, Mutants, and Alien. Which is kind of strange since Godzilla was originally an evil monster, based off of World War II nuclear reactions or whatever, something like that. Of course, I'm a diehard Godzilla fan, so I rushed to get this game when I heard it was existing. Earth Defender is the one with, oh yeah, I said that. Global Defense Force is the robots, the humans robots. Mutants is just other, like the really evil monsters. Aliens is aliens, it's obvious. And you have to do certain things in the story to get on their side. And the story mode, even if you fail a match, you can still go on. And Brawl, you see there's 8 modes. These are all the same. Custom, you choose the rules entirely. Versus, best 2 out of 3 matches. Classic Melee, points. Classic Destruction, destroy things. Last Man Standing is 1 round battle. Okay, Custom is pretty much the game you should be playing most of the time. You can set a lot of things in this game. You can decide if it's last monster standing or points. You can decide how you get the points by knocking someone down / killing them. By destroying buildings and destroying vehicles. You can decide how many times you respawn from 0 to infinite. You can decide the round length from 2 minutes to 20 minutes. I choose 10. And best out of 1, 3, 5, 7. I choose 1 most of the time. The only 3 settings is the tanks and stuff that are in the match. You can decide if they target the best player or the person who's destroying the most buildings, which is what they would normally do because I can't tell who's winning, really. You can decide how frequently they appear. You can decide which monsters you want, which vehicles you want. There's attack helicopter, transport helicopter, missile tanks, master tanks, freeze tanks, something, UFO, and alien walker. You can decide if there's more health crystals or power or energy crystals. You can decide how frequently they appear. You can decide not to. And then there's the power surge crystals, which give you certain powers and a special move. Ones. The power surge spawn. This is how it quickly. And if you destroy crystals, your critical mass meter will go up, and you go insane when you fill it all the way up. Player abilities. You can decide if there's teams. Decide who's on each team. You can only have 2 teams, which is a little reasonable. You can decide the health regeneration, or no health regeneration. You can decide how fast your energy regenerates. You can decide not to be anything. You can decide how fast the monsters go. And you can even make tiny monsters. It's like Goro in the Master System Mortal Kombat. It's funny, even though I haven't played the game. Or like you can pick up buildings that are like twice your size when you're tiny. Okay, you have lots of characters to choose from. You even have different versions of Godzilla, like the original Godzilla from the first movie, and the 90s Godzilla from the Showa series. And you start with 8 characters: Godzilla, Anguirus, Fire Rodan, Destroyer, Kiryu, Megalon, King Ghidorah, and Gigan. You don't really start with the good characters. And you can decide how many monsters you have from all the Wiimotes. How many Wiimotes you can have, from 2 to 4. And you always have to fight a con. You can't just be alone destroying buildings. My favorite characters are Oreo, Biollante, and Moguera. I'll choose Moguera for me, and Obsidius for the enemy. And you have 9 stages. You have Sydney, San Francisco, Osaka, Seattle, Monster Island, London, New York, Tokyo, Mothership. The Mothership is actually not in the air, it's crashed. And in each stage, there's something secret in the story mode where you can unlock a new monster if you do something strange. Like in this stage, you have to wipe out these purple things on the wall. In this stage, I don't know. In this stage, you have to destroy a bunch of crystals, and they're all in certain missions. And you have to do them with certain types of things. Let's go to Tokyo. And the load times are pretty quick. And each character has a cool little entrance. My bear's tired. Okay. Here's Moguera. And each stage is affected by something. Like this one has a flood. And to attack, use the A buttons, B buttons, and both. And if you wave them in certain directions, you use certain moves. Like B. This is B, waves it left. This is B, wave it right. It says no, that's B, wave it right. So use your beam. You hold the C button. Of course, control stick moves, and point at the screen to decide where you're aiming. Some characters regenerate on their own. And okay, let me do this little thing. I can't see the. Okay, see this? This is kind of complicated. These little things right here. They're supposed to be. Let me show you Obsidius's. Those little orange things. Those are your energy, which is your like firepower. This blue thing is your health bar, and these things up here. Well, when your life bar goes down, you lose one of those. When you lose all of those, you die. Wait, wrong thing. There. Of course, you press plus to pause. I don't think the D-pad does anything. The Z button blocks. And for most characters, C and Z charge, holding C and Z. Or if you have no energy, just holding C. Moguera is something different. If you hold C and Z, he does this. He stands still for a few seconds and his energy recharges really quickly. Moguera. And if you hold the block button and wave the nunchuck forward, you dash, where you can run into people and crush the things. And if you wave the Wiimote and nunchuck, you can grab someone. And unlike the previous games where you have multiple throws, you only have one throw. And the enemy can defend it this time. And that happens when your beams collide. And some characters have less HP than others. And also there's 4 stats. Attack, defense, speed, weapon, which is your beam. I always call it beam. Okay, that's my Godzilla Unleashed review. I give it a 8 out of 10. Great game. Buy it now. Happy 1 year anniversary. Bye.